Hi guys, it's me, Colton Johnson with Empty Popcorn Bucket Productions, and from the looks of my shirt, today I'm going to be seeing one of the most anticipated movies of the year, and that is The Fantastic Four: First Steps, directed by Matt Shakman. This is the 37th movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it stars Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and so many other great talent. I'm very excited for this. I've already listened to the soundtrack like 3 times because it hypes me up, and it's probably one of the best soundtracks of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in my opinion. Some thoughts going into this. I'm a huge Fantastic Four fan. I love the comics of Fantastic Four. I love how they're a blend of superheroes, but a mix of educational sciencey group. They're not just superheroes, they're explorers, they're scientists, they're very smart, and they like to find scientific ways to solve problems by doing a lot of great things, and they like to do superhero stuff. And the combined of that is awesome. From the looks of the trailers and the fact that it is set in another universe is brilliant, and I think that's awesome. A few years back, probably, I would say 8 or so years, me and my buddy was talking about if they were to do a Fantastic Four movie in the MCU, how would they do it, especially with everything that's gone on so far, with Thanos and everything. And something me and my friend came up with was, what if they set it in the 1960s in a different timeline? And when they announced that they were going that route, I was like, called it. So I'm very excited for this movie. I'm very excited to see Galactus in true form instead of just cloud dust. I have seen the 2005 and the 2007 Fantastic Four. I have not seen 2015, nor do I plan to see 2015 Fan Four Stick. But overall, I'm very excited. I am about to head over to the movie theaters to see this movie in IMAX, and I'll see you in a little bit. Bye! See you later. Okay, I just got back from seeing Fantastic Four, and I have to say, it's clobbering time! I love this movie. I just want to preface by saying this review might slightly be very biased. I was very, very excited for this movie. And also shout out to the Avatar 3 trailer. That was pretty cool. It shows before the movie. So if you go see the movie this weekend, you'll most likely see it. But I love the Fantastic Four, and we finally got a true form classic comic book adaptation of the Fantastic Four into a movie, and it was brilliant. It was amazing. It was spectacle. It was just everything I would want in a Fantastic Four movie. And back to what I said about it being in the 60s, I felt like that was the perfect way to introduce us to this group of characters, was in the 1960s in this retro futuristic universe. I'm without words of how amazing it was. I don't want to pull comparisons to this and Superman, because 2 different comic book movies, 2 different studios, 2 different comic book lines, and both amazing movies. But you know me, I love my Marvel movies, and I love Fantastic Four. I just have to say, the performances in this movie were stellar. It was probably some of the greatest character performances I've seen in the last 5 or so years of Marvel. And the production design was amazing. Matt Shackman also did WandaVision, and there's some little nods to that. That was fun. And I love the production design of this movie. It was beautiful. It really brought you into these larger than life sets and fully realized just everything. It was just wonderful. It was fantastic, if you will. One thing I do have to say, and I knew this going into it, and so I was like, mainly because I heard something my brother said, but like hashtag CG baby. Sorry about that. So yeah, there's some little bits of the visual effects that probably didn't land. For the most part, it was pretty well done. Like Galactus looked brilliant, comic accurate. Everything you could ask for in a depiction of Galactus, freaking amazing. Loved it. Great. Shia LaBeouf, Silver Surfer, was phenomenal. Like I thought it looked a lot better than the other Silver Surfer from like 20 or so years ago. I don't know. There was just a lot of fantastic things about this movie. Paul Walter Hauser plays the Mole Man. It's a very small role, but like every second screen time that guy gets was like amazing. It would be fun to get like a little one shot of like them actually like facing the Mole Man. Like there's glimpses of it, but I just loved it. It was so amazing. Also for this video, I'll timestamp it. I'm gonna probably talk about spoilers at the very, very end before yeah. But this is not a spoiler review until the very end. So I love all the characters. I love Ben Grimm as the Thing. He just is such a great guy, and like he's just a lovable, huggable guy, and he's just this big rock dude. He likes to cook. He's got style. And then we got Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, and he's just charismatic. He's funny. I love Joseph Quinn. He is fantastic in a lot of the things I've seen him in. And he just like perfectly emulates the character of Johnny Storm. There's a lot of really funny moments. Susan Storm, she was incredible, phenomenal. I loved her in this movie. But the surprising one of all, and he got backlash, was Pedro Pascal. And I mean backlash before the movie was released or anything, and they announced him as Mr. Fantastic. And he was fantastic. He did really good. And he has this human development, or this character development within this character, because even within the comics, Mr. Fantastic, or Reed Richards, is a stone cold kind of guy. He's just super intellectual, very smart. But you get to see that human inside of that, super intellectual, very smart. And he just wants to solve every single problem. And when it comes to his family, he'll stop at nothing to be able to figure it out and do anything for that family. One of the brilliant moments of this movie that struck me was just the idea of being a family. I love my family, and I love being a dad. It is probably one of the greatest roles that I have, is being a father. And this movie really touched me in that degree, because I don't want to get all mushy, but I love my family and I love my daughter. There's just so many elements of this movie that just perfectly capture the idea of family, and how family isn't just the people we live with, but everybody could be family and accepted as family, and how the Fantastic Four stop at nothing to like save the world, and they do everything for other people. But when it comes to a personal thing of their family, they'll stop at nothing to protect that family. And I felt like that was a very strong message, and it really got to me. Another fantastic moment was, there's this moment with the Silver Surfer that is just, I was like jaw dropped just because of how they capture that moment. It was just brilliant, and I loved it. So yes, the critiques lie with some of the visual effects, but this movie is stacked with amazing cast, a wonderful production design and set, and the score by Michael Giacchino was one of his best. Kind of gave off Incredibles vibes. This movie kind of gives off Incredibles vibes, and it was beautiful, and I loved it. And just overall, it was a fantastic movie, and I loved it. And I am excited for what's to come. So if you're watching this video now, spoilers are ahead. Okay, so the post-credit scene was crazy. So in this post-credit scene, we see Sue Storm with aged up Franklin Richards, and she's reading him a book, and she's like, okay, let me go grab another book. And she comes back, and who's sitting by Franklin? It's none other than Victor Von Doom. Yes, it is very, very brief, but it sets up Avengers Doomsday in an incredible way. I mean, Victor Von Doom is a notable Fantastic Four villain, but he also is just a general villain to everybody and will be the villain of Avengers Doomsday. And so setting him up and showing that he is going to be part of it is just fantastic, and I'm just so excited. There's also hints a few times in this movie where they're at like Global Council, and like there's like an empty seat where Latveria is, and so I thought that was pretty clever. I don't know if this Victor Von Doom is the same Victor Von Doom from this universe, but I'm so excited. That was probably like the only spoilerly thing I'll talk about, just because I'm so hyped up, and so I just want to see this movie again. I saw Superman again, and I really think that I might go see this one again, so I won't do another review for that because that's silly. But you'll probably see it on Letterboxd when I go see it again. So that's what I thought of Fantastic Four. I'm going to give it a biased 5 out of 5, unbiased 4.5 out of 5, but I'll probably stick with a 5 out of 5 because I loved this movie and I want to see it again. And it was probably one of the stronger Marvel movies and a great start for Phase 6. So if you've seen the Fantastic Four First Steps, let me know what you think. And if you're planning on seeing it, make a comment below. I have other movies that I'm planning to see, so stay tuned for that, and other videos that I'm planning to do. So check those out, and check me out here on TikTok, Instagram, and like mentioned, Letterboxd, everything in the description below. Thank you so much. Also, I just hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, so that's exciting. Let's make it happen on this channel, please. Well, have a wonderful day. Actually, have a fantastic day. Out!
Oh my God, he's gonna say it!
Say what?
Avengers!
Flame on!
Sorry, what now?